everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a couple different things you can do with trays. So I have a couple of trays that I had up on my planter shelf in my kitchen, and if you've seen my other videos you may have heard I am redecorating those. So I decided to pull these two trays down and see what I could do to kind of revamp them and repurpose them for my more farmhouse-like kitchen as opposed to my wine and grapes kitchen that I had before. So I also want to show you too what you could do from like a cookie sheet from the dollar store, or if you have just another type of cookie sheet laying around. So I'm going to show you just a couple of options. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of tutorial and DIY video. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and join this family. I am so humbled by all of the subscribers I have, and thank you so much. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you know when I upload the next video. And if you like these types of tutorials and kind of DIYs, give me a big thumbs up too, so I'll continue to make those for you. Now I think let's just go ahead and get into the video and let me show you what I've been working on. For the first tray, I'm going to use this larger one that I had on my planter shelf, and I'm going to be using two placemats I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I just thought these were cutesy and farmhouse looking. And I'm basically going to be putting the placemat in the, inside the tray here. So I'm going to do a little bit of measuring, and I'm going to cut it down to size and then glue it in. Now that the placemat is in the tray, I'm going to fix the corners here. You can see where the placemat is curved, and I didn't like that you could see the little bit of background. So I am going to take the extra placemat that I have, and I'm just going to cut some corners out basically and just make a couple of squares and glue those in first, and then I'm just going to glue the measured placemat on top, and this project will be done. Now that I've got all four corners cut out, I just placed them in the tray and placed the larger placemat on top. And now I'm just going to hot glue the four corners in, and then I will glue the large placemat on top. And then this project is complete. So here's the first tray, and what a simple idea, and it turned out so daggum cute. I put it up here on my planter shelf next to my balancing scales and my eat sign. I do have videos for both of those projects as well. And let's just go ahead and move on to the next tray. For the second tray, I'm going to use this cookie sheet I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just measured out the inside of the cookie sheet with some paper and just taped it together. And I'm also going to be cutting up this foil backsplash wall sticker, and I'm gonna just cut it up into pieces and make it work. I really like the little saying, "Home is where our family gathers." So you're going to see me do some measurements here, and I am kind of just eyeballing it at first, and then I do get my ruler out and measure things. But I'm basically going to be cutting this thing to pieces and kind of just piecing it all together on the cookie sheet and covering it completely. This is the part I'm going to put in the middle of the cookie sheet, and I'm going to carefully peel off the backing and stick the sticker down. Now I will say if you already placed the sticker on the cookie sheet and need to adjust it, it is very hard to do that. So just take the time in the beginning to kind of lay it out exactly where you need it, and that'll make it a lot easier. So you can see here I just peeled a little bit of the backing down, and then I'm going to kind of line it up at the top, and then I'll work my way down the tray and peel the backing off that way. The next step, I'm going to take the side pieces that I cut off, and I'm going to line them up perfectly on the inside here so they will match, and it'll look like the print comes all the way around the sides of the tray. Again, just be very careful when you're doing this part. Once you stick it, it is hard to readjust it. So you can see I'm going to kind of measure it and line it up first before I do anything. Now I'm going to take the top and the bottom pieces and do the same thing with wrapping them around to cover the top and bottom of the cookie sheet. Again, I'm going to measure and then kind of cut a little bit off here and go ahead and tape them down. Now I want to take some white strips and put them on the sides. So I'm just going to cut up what would be the grout in the design here, and I'm going to place that on the sides. Here is the final tray. I put it here in the corner of my kitchen, and I really think it turned out so cute. I think it actually turned out better than I thought it was going to. There are some air bubbles in there. You could take a pen and pop those if you really wanted to. I'm not too worried about it, but I do like how this turned out. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I have one more to go. Tray here is actually just a smaller version of the first tray with the wine and grapes theme in the background, but I am going to cover that with these craft sticks. I already have them cut up. I have the design ready to go, and these are just the jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. But first I'm going to paint the base here, the inside. I want to paint that white. You'll see that I'm not going to be very precise, and I am just going to be using my Waverly white matte chalk paint here, and I just want to get rid of that design in the background before I lay down my craft sticks. You can see here I'm just going to take the same Waverly chalk paint in the matte white, and I'm going to paint all of the craft sticks. And I do want to kind of give them a nice coating on here to not let too much of the wood show through, so you'll see that I do take a little bit more time with that.
Once all the paint has dried, I'm going to start gluing my craft stick pieces inside the tray. I do have them set over to the side. I have them all laid out in the same design that you saw earlier, so I know exactly where each one of them goes. And I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on there and just get these into place. This is what the tray is going to look like once I get the vegetables Mod Podge down. I did just pick these vegetables off of Google Images and just resize them in Microsoft Word to the size that I wanted. And then I just cut them out very tediously all the way around. And here I'm just kind of placing them in the tray, kind of getting them set to where I want. And then once I cut off the excess parts, I am going to just Mod Podge that with my matte Mod Podge, so it does not give any kind of shininess to it. Once the Mod Podge dried, I decided I did want this to look a little more distressed, so I'm just going to take this little sanding block from the Dollar Tree and kind of rough up the craft sticks and even go over the images and try to rough those up a little bit as well. And then I am going to do another layer of Mod Podge on top of all of the entire tray here to complete it. So this is the final project here. Once the Mod Podge had dried, I went ahead and put it up on my planter shelf. You can see I've just kind of got it mixed in with my wine and my grapes and everything up here. I really like the way these trays turned out, and I do think this one is my favorite. If you have a favorite from today's video, make sure to leave me a comment below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our family. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.